and welcome, it's Terry Tillett here. Today I want to talk to you about the concept that habits run in families, not genes. We're always told all about this gene story. You know, this whole breast cancer thing comes to mind, all this BRCA and all these fancy genes, and how someone tried to lecture me recently about how I was wrong about it because she indeed has this cancer gene. You know, I hate to break it to people, but it's not true. That's actually a myth. Now, the media is going to keep pumping that story out. The medical industry loves the story of the genes. It is the most disempowering story of all time. If I tell you you're a victim, if I tell you you're born broken off the factory floor, so to speak, if I tell you that you are resigned to your genes and there's nothing you can do about it, then you're going to blindly trust me. You're not going to go researching, you're not going to remain curious, you're not going to go looking for answers and solutions. You're going to be in fear, you're going to look for the paternal figure to fix it, which would be the government and the medical doctors in this case, and you're going to go and ask them to solve and fix this problem for you. You're not going to look for your own answers, that's just the truth. And so that's exactly what the pharmaceutical industry wants you to do. They want your blind faith and your blind submission. Now, there's an entire body of science, like a whole body. There are textbooks written on this. It's called Epigenetics, which means above the genes. Multiple studies are confirming if you watch a comedy, a whole series, dozens and dozens of healthy and health-promoting genes turn on, just like light switches would be the easiest metaphor for you. So you watch a comedy and all these genes turn on that are health-promoting and start healthy cascades of chemicals in your body. What? Wait a second. Doesn't the gene story kind of presume that you're born in one state, you're born stagnant, you're born with a set pair of genes with set signals, and you're set predisposed to a certain genetic condition? Here's another thing with the gene story. How is it that you have a certain XYZ cancer gene? Let's use the cancer metaphor since we're working with that one. You have the cancer gene, but yet it doesn't express itself for the first 40 years of your life? Wait a second. Well, look, if genes don't express themselves at any given time or at all times, that doesn't make any sense. Here's another story about genes that doesn't make any sense. How can you possibly have faulty genes in only one organ or one system or one area of the body and not in the rest? That does not make any sense. When they go to a crime scene, they don't need the DNA that comes from certain organs to identify who you are, because the same DNA is in every single cell. Think about that. But here's what does run in families. Habits run in families. Okay? Grandma used to cut the ends off the ham, and therefore Mom does it. You ask Mom, why do you cut the ends off the ham? I don't know. That's just what Grandma did. And you call Grandma up, and lo and behold, Grandma says, well, I used to cut them off because they didn't fit in the pan. See, and so generation after generation, they do it without knowing why. Now suppose one generation gets convinced by the media that the sun causes cancer, which of course it doesn't. The exact opposite is true. Now, if I convince you that that's true, guess what's going to happen to the future generation? Well, you're going to teach your daughter to avoid the sunshine. She's going to be very low in vitamin D. When she gives birth to your granddaughter, she's going to have very little vitamin D to provide that child. She's going to stay out of the sun during her pregnancy. When that baby's born, she's going to keep that kid out of the sun. And generation after generation, the vitamin D levels get lower and lower and lower. And the same goes for, let's say, magnesium. If you eat a low magnesium diet, which is extremely important for health, eventually 3 generations later, there's no magnesium left. And because those habits run in families, those same health problems tend to run in families. You never go to a family reunion and see people complaining about the food that's being served. Guess why? Because in families, everyone eats the same thing, right? So habits run in families, not genes. I could go on and on and on, but I think I gave you a lot to really think about if you previously believed that story. So give a good chew on those things, especially the idea that you've got certain genes in one organ, but not in another. Really explain that to someone who works in a crime lab. Anyway, I'm Terry Tillett signing out. Give a subscription up to the YouTube channel. Get ready for some more distinctions. Check out my website. If you've got some health problems you want to fix, solutions can be found there. Anyway, take care. Have a great day.